Hello everyone. Welcome to this course. In this lesson, we will explore some concepts related to urban design. Through this lesson, I hope you will gain a clear understanding of the fundamental concepts in urban design. First of all, let's talk about urban form. Urban form is a very important concept, which refers to the main physical elements that structure and shape the city, including streets, squares, street blocks, plots, and buildings. Similarly, but slightly different from urban form, urban morphology is the study of the physical structure and layout of cities. It examines how human settlements form and change over time. And next, we have urban structure. Urban structure refers to the organization and distribution of urban land use. It determines the layout of different functional areas in a city, such as residential, commercial, and industrial zones. The rationality of urban structure directly impacts the efficiency of urban operations and the quality of life for residents. There are three main models of urban structures: the zoning model, the sector model, and polycentric model. These models help us understand how cities are organized and developed, and how different social groups and activities are distributed in cities. The first one, the concentric model, proposed by socialist Burgers in the 1924. It was the first model to explain the distribution of social groups in urban areas. It was based on Chicago and describes a series of concentric rings that develop from a central point outward. The second model, the sector model, which was proposed by Holt in 1939. He believes that the development of cities is fan-shaped rather than ring-shaped. This model emphasized that some areas of the city are more attractive to various activities, whether by chance or for geographical and environmental reasons. As the city grows, this activity will expand outward to form fan-shaped areas. If an area is set up for high-income housing, then new development projects in the area will also expand from the periphery. The third one, the polycentric model, which was developed by geographer Harris and Ullman in 1945. The polycentric model believes that a city contains multiple activity centers, each attracting different activities and people. Some activities are attracted to specific nodes, while others avoiding them, forming clusters. For example, university nodes may attract well-educated residents and related businesses, while airports may attract hotels and warehouses. Therefore, incompatible activities avoid gathering in the same area, explaining why having industry and high-income housing are rarely in the same community. Different from urban structure, urban spatial structure involves the interrelationship of different elements or systems in urban space. It includes the arrangement of public and private spaces, as well as connectivity and accessibility within a city. Common urban spatial structures include radial and grid patterns. Radial structure is a common type of urban spatial structure, which has many major roads radiate outward from the city center, creating a spoke-like pattern with concentric circular roads connecting them. Cities like Paris exhibit typical radial structure. Another common urban spatial structure is the grid pattern. Beijing is a classic example of supergrid structure. Grid-structured cities are usually characterized by a network of intersecting roads, forming regular blocks like a chessboard. This structure helps improve traffic efficiency and the rational use of land. It is important to point out that many cities contain both spatial structures, and ancient cities also exhibit irregular patterns mixing with radial and grid pattern. Next, let's look at urban fabric. Urban fabric refers to the physical characteristic of a city or town, particularly its macro structure. It includes elements such as building density, street layout, and open spaces. Urban fabric reflects the overall appearance and spatial organization of a city. It is the intrinsic blend of physical and cultural elements that compose a city's character and functionality. It includes the streetscape, buildings, soft and hardscaping, signage, lighting, roads, and other infrastructure. Urban grain refers to the arrangement or pattern of the buildings and streets within the built form, showcasing the complexity and roughness of urban areas. It helps us understand the density and development intensity of different parts of a city. The fineness of urban grain often influences the walkability and livability of a city. We usually use fine or coarse to describe the character of urban grain. The fine grain refers to small clustered parcels with many different buildings and closely spaced streets. The coarse grain refers to large dispersed parcels with large blocks and buildings and little architectural variety. Finally, we have urban tissue. Urban tissue refers to the microstructure units of a city or town. It focuses on how different functional areas, such as residential, commercial, and public facilities, are combined within a city. The rationality of urban tissue directly affects the functionality of the city and the living experience of its residents. I hope you now have a deeper understanding of the 7 key concepts related to urban design. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to leave a comment. See you in the next lesson.